It looks like the Carolina Panthers have jumped into Deshaun Watson in the Deshaun Watson mix, and it's absolutely fun to see, right? I did want to see a bit of a bidding war, Don't just give him to the Miami Dolphins, because that's where I still think he ends up in Miami, and that's what a lot of people do think. But according to Aaron Wilson, who is a very reliable source for the Houston Texans, that going to Carolina and playing for the Panthers is a possibility for Deshaun Watson, and that maybe he's open to it if he is indeed going to get traded by the trade deadline. I myself think he might get traded after. I know a lot of people are going to be looking at that trade deadline and thinking Deshaun Watson needs to get traded there. But if you look at Young Arigo's tweet, shout out to him, shout out to Big Sarge Media, Patrick Storm, John Wade, Texans Thoughts, guys who really give great insight about the Deshaun Watson situation and a potential trade. He says that it's much more beneficial for the Houston Texans to wait in the offseason because there could be potential suitors for Deshaun Watson. But before I get into that, back to the Carolina Panthers, I think these guys are a better suitors than the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are 1-5, right? It looks like they are going to need much more than just Deshaun Watson to be a competitive football team. But the Carolina Panthers are 3-4, and with the stacked division of the Bucs, the Saints, the Falcons are looking like they're making some noise. The NFC South the NFC as a whole is looking very tough. And at 3-4, the Carolina Panthers have to be looking at Deshaun Watson and saying, he grew up around here. He won a national championship not too far down the road. Why not just bring him, quote unquote, home and bring Deshaun Watson to the Carolina Panthers? This kind of blew everyone's mind last night because we thought it was just Miami, dale, pitbull, dale. But with the idea of Carolina being in the mix, man, it's absolutely fun. And what does that hold for the Houston Texans, right? Are we still asking for multiple first-round picks, multiple seconds, multiple thirds, and not getting a player? Or are you looking at someone like defensive end Brian Burns, 4 sacks on the season, an absolute monster? Are you taking a little bit less to get him? Honestly, I'm still asking for the 3 firsts. Maybe I'm not asking for 2 seconds, and maybe I'm not asking for 2 thirds, but 3 firsts is still a must for Deshaun Watson. You're getting, you're basically just swapping out Sam Darnold and Deshaun Watson, man. How much better do they get? Look at what Joe Brady's going to have to play with, man. It's going to be absolutely fun to see him with the Carolina Panthers, and not only that, in that badass uniform that they have. The Panthers go to must-see TV, and they are being looked at as a team that could potentially make some noise, and this could all happen in the next week. That's why this is so exciting, and for the Panthers to be a 3-4 football team, 1-4 in their conference, 1-0 in the division, so good on that, they could really make some noise. I would love if they also throw in Terrace Marshall Jr., my draft crush from this year's draft, man. I think he's going to be an absolute stud for them. Or maybe, throw us back, throw us Roundbury Anderson. Who knows? But for Deshaun Watson, what I am asking the Carolina Panthers, give me 3 firsts, 2 seconds, 1 third, and Brian Burns, and you could go ahead and have Deshaun Watson, and we could go ahead and see you guys win in the playoffs and potentially a Super Bowl. That's how close I think you are, if you have Deshaun Watson. However, on the opposite side of it, if the Houston Texans wait, and in the offseason, they let these guys make a case. Let's make a rundown of teams who need Deshaun Watson. Not the Bills, not the Pats, not the Jets, definitely the Dolphins. Bengals, Ravens, Browns, I don't think they need a QB there. Look at the Steelers. Do the Steelers need Deshaun Watson? I'm not trading Deshaun Watson to anyone in the AFC South. The Broncos, most definitely. Raiders are 5-2 right now. Do they want to upgrade from David Carr to Deshaun Watson? Maybe not. What about the Washington Redskins? The Philadelphia Eagles? Even the New York Giants, guys, like the whole NFC East could be people who could be in talks for Deshaun Watson. The Vikings as well. What about the Packers, Lions? There's going to be multiple suitors, And that's really about it, because all other teams have quarterbacks. All these guys in the offseason can make their case, can make all these types of offers to Nick Caserio. I think that has to be in the back of his mind, right? Is, do I take the for sure thing now? Or do I wait for the offseason and see what's the maximum I can get, and see if there's, like a for sure multiple first round picks from a team? What if at the end of the season, Philadelphia makes a case for Deshaun Watson, they promise him a lot of things, and they offer you those 3 first round picks they have next year? The possibilities are endless, and that's why it's so fun to watch, because this is literally on Nick Caserio. He's playing chicken, and it's going to be absolutely fun to watch. But let me know what you guys think, guys, about the possibility of Deshaun Watson being a Carolina Panther. As always, guys, go Texans. Y'all have a blessed day.